Let's talk about your home, Lynn. Tell me about your house or apartment.
I prefer to tell you about my house. Yes, it's in my hometown. It has it is a three-floor house. Yes, and it was decorated by granite marble. Do you know it? It's our specially kind of metal in our hometown.
Okay, what would you like to change? Sorry, would you like to change anything about your house or apartment?
I think my house is perfect for me, and I don't want to change anything.
Okay. Are there any shops or other facilities nearby?
Yes, but it occasionally happens in the morning. It's just a small market for the habitants nearby it. Go to shop and prepare food for all day.
So let's talk about another one related to the home. Let's talk about your home. In this one, she says, I prefer to talk about my house. Now, this is a little bit off because the examiner didn't ask what she preferred to talk about. He wants to talk about her house. In other words, does she live in a house or an apartment? And tell me about the house, a little bit about the house. But she does say, I prefer to talk about my house in my hometown. And usually, because these kids go to school in Hanoi, they probably live in Hanoi. So for that question, you want to talk about the house that you live in right now, not your hometown. So try to remember that when you're answering this question. Usually it's about the home that you're in right now, not your hometown. The other thing, he asked 3 questions. Do you live in a house or an apartment? What would you like to change about your house or apartment? And are there any shops or facilities? So she does describe a little bit about your house, and she says it's called by, and this is a little bit of a mistake here, it shouldn't be called by, it should be made by. Okay? An even better phrase would be constructed by. Constructed or built by. And she says it is called by granite or marble. And then she says, do you know it? Now, don't ask the examiner questions because they're not going to answer your question. A lot of times my students will say, I live by Westlake. Do you know it? Or they'll say, I live in Ho Te Lake. So they've used Vietnamese and they've used English. So don't say Ho Te. You want to use Westlake. You want to speak in English. So try not to do that as well. But she says, do you know it? And then I had a little bit of trouble in pronunciation because she said something else about the granite or marble, but I couldn't quite make it out. Overall, I could understand her, but there was this little part that I didn't understand. So you might want to listen to that back. And when she does say that, granite or marble, she says it's a kind of metal in our hometown. And our hometown refers to, it's my hometown and your hometown, which it isn't. So the usage of the word our is wrong. And the usage of the word metal, granite or marble is a type of rock. It's not a type of metal. So that's a mistake with the language there. She does have a good phrase. She says, my house, this is the question about change. And she says, my house is perfect for me and I don't want to change anything. This was good. A better linking phrase would be the word so. which is a cause and effect or a result of something. So because it's perfect for her, therefore or so, I don't want to change anything. That would be a little better linking phrase, but overall this is a good phrase. So she makes a few small mistakes. He also asks about shops and other facilities, and she talks about the market. And she says, are there any shops or other facilities? And she says, yes. And then she says, but it occasionally happens in the morning. So I have a little bit of a coherence problem with that answer, because I'm not sure, what do you mean it occasionally happens? So in the morning. I'm not quite sure what she means to say by this. So you need to explain that if you're going to make that statement, because it's a little confusing. Overall pronunciation, except for the one part, was fine. Her fluency was okay, and she had more problems with her lexical and her grammar, which we've talked about already. Okay? So, thank you very much. And remember, we're going to be giving you some questions to practice at home. So be sure to record yourself, practice in a mirror, and maybe work with a partner. Okay? Good luck. See you again.